When we are back, we're ready to answer your computer, technical, streaming, and cybersecurity questions. So give us a call, 772 340 1590, 772 340 1590. A Faster PC live technical support will answer your computer, technical, streaming, and cybersecurity questions. Also, one of the things that we do want to just go over, well, some of the things we'll be going over in addition to your questions today, we'll be showing you how you can watch the WNBA games even without cable TV. We'll go over all of that. We'll go over also the cybersecurity rundown, the biggest and most critical threats, cybersecurity threats that we're seeing. And we'll discuss ways that you can actually protect yourself. And really, if you haven't been protecting yourself, haven't been protecting your computers, your computer networks, or maybe you kind of think you have been, but really haven't been, we'll go over some of the biggest things and really the most important things that you should actually be doing and implementing to protect your computers, your computer networks, and your data. So we'll go over all of this. You want to actually give us a call here if you have a question. It doesn't have to be on the topic we've been talking about or that we have actually announced that we're going to talk about. It could be on any topic as long as it's computer, technology, streaming, or cybersecurity related. Hey, we'll cover it. We'll go over it. We'll answer those questions for you and also help you resolve your computer problems. But first we're gonna switch over and talk about streaming, and specifically streaming the WNBA. And the WNBA before last year was something that a lot of people didn't even give thought to. And then a new face of the league came up, Caitlin Clark, and she set many records last season, and she's back this season ready to play as well. One of the things that's really interesting with the WNBA is, of course, the games are at a different time than the NBA games, and that's because a lot of times they use some of the same facilities. But you can actually stream games. Some of them will be exclusively on various streaming platforms, but there are a lot of games that you can watch with various packages. Even if you don't have cable TV or you don't have what I would call a cable TV substitute package. So what do I mean with a cable TV substitute package? Well, I'm talking about DirecTV, Sling TV, Fubo TV, Hulu plus Live TV. You get the picture. YouTube TV. We don't want to leave them out either. So those are really cable TV substitute packages, and you pay for them, and you can save considerable amount over regular cable TV. But they still cost money. But if you only want to watch the games, there are some subscriptions that you can get, and those subscriptions would actually allow you to watch many of the games. So first of all, many of the games are aired on ESPN. So you have ESPN, ESPN2, ESPN3. Many of the games are aired there. Well, all of those ESPN games are available with a subscription to ESPN Plus. It's a streaming package, and it's very affordable. Doesn't cost very much. Of course, not only do you have WNBA, you also have NBA games, you have MLB games, you have NFL games. A lot of different golf, a lot of different sporting events are on ESPN. Of course, you get the commentary with that as well. Some of the games are on ABC, and some also are on CBS. Now, both CBS and ABC are available for free with an over-the-air digital antenna. Now, depending on where you live, you may be able to get by with an indoor antenna, one of those that's designed to kind of stick on the wall or stick near your window or something like that. And that really is going to depend on how close you are to the station, the antenna actually, not the station, but the antenna that is broadcasting. Also, it's going to depend on how much interference is in between the two. You can get an exterior antenna, an outdoor antenna, especially if you can put it on a 20-foot pole. That will give you the best reception, And you'll have to, in some communities, you might have to have some regulations where they don't really want you to have that. And in those communities, maybe you could sneak one out during the game and then sneak it back in. We have known some customers that actually use these inside their house, the outdoor antennas inside their house. And of course, they take up a lot of room, so you might not want to keep them connected all the time, just when you're watching. But you can pick up the ABC and the CBS for free. Of course, you can also get Fox there. You could get NBC as well. So many sporting events throughout the year are on those channels, and you can watch that for free. You just have to buy the digital antenna. Once it's set up, you can actually watch it from there on out. There's also Ion TV has some of the channels or some of the games. Prime Video, some of the games will be exclusively on Amazon Prime Video. So if you have an Amazon Prime subscription, you automatically have that. If you don't have an Amazon Prime subscription, well, if you're really into just one team and they're playing on Amazon Prime on that exclusive game, well, you could actually subscribe just for that period of time. In fact, they give you a trial subscription, and you may find out you like it and you want to continue, or you may just want to discontinue that. There's also some games that are exclusively on Paramount Plus. So with Paramount Plus, again, this is actually a streaming package, and you can actually subscribe to this, and you can actually watch the games, those exclusive games on Paramount Plus. And of course, Paramount Plus does also have CBS. So any of the games that are on CBS would be there as well. And if you're a Dolphins fan and you subscribe to Paramount Plus, of course, you might already get CBS, but many of the games are on CBS. They're also on Paramount Plus. I have a friend, actually a relative, that lives in West Palm. He doesn't have a digital antenna. He doesn't have cable TV, but he does have Paramount Plus. He's a huge Dolphins fan, and he watches most of the games. He's able to watch most of the games through Paramount Plus. There's also the WNBA League Pass. Now, this is, if you're a WNBA fan, you want to watch all the games, this is really cool. 365 days of access to watch live games, every game on demand, plus hundreds of games from the archives. Get this, it's only $34.99 a year. I don't think the price went up from last year. And so, if you're a WNBA fan, hey, that's one of the ways to go. By the way, a lot of these things, when we're talking about Amazon Prime, and we're talking about WNBA League Pass, when we're talking about Paramount Plus, what we're talking about is ways that you can watch this, and you can watch these on the web, on the internet, on a computer. Maybe you have a computer. If you want to watch it on your computer, you can. But many computers today have an HDMI port or a display port, but many, even laptops, have a HDMI port, and you can get an HDMI cable connected to your computer. Especially if it's a laptop, it's nice because it's portable. You can set it up really close to the TV, connect it with that cable, and you have to toggle the inputs on the TV, but you'll be able to actually watch from the computer to the television. You can also get a Roku device. And let me switch over on the live stream. By the way, I don't think I mentioned this, but we are live streaming this on Facebook and YouTube. We do have people that are watching this right now over there, Facebook and YouTube, and you can actually go over there and watch this at your convenience over there, or even now. So what we do over there is we'll actually be able to show you some of the things that we're talking about, including what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to switch over to a streaming platform where I can show you a Roku device. So if you have a Roku device or an Amazon Fire Stick, or in fact, let me switch this over so that those that are watching on the stream can see this. So if you have a Roku device or you have an Amazon Fire Stick, you can actually install Prime Video. You can install Paramount Plus. You see we have Paramount Plus and Prime Video installed here. If we wanted to get WNBA, we can just go to search, and in the search field, we can actually just type in W, and then once we hit in, it probably is going to show up. I don't see it there actually, but WNBA, and I don't see that even there. So, oh, you know what? I just did WNA. So, you know what? If you make a spelling error, it does affect. So, WN, and then we'll go to the B, and that will help us be able to find it. So there we have the app that shows up. So this is the WNBA live games and scores. So we can click there. We can install this, and this with the ability, gives us the ability to actually, if you subscribe to the WNBA League Pass, you'll actually be able to watch those games. So we can actually open the app here, and you can do this on your TV. If your TV is a Roku, some of the TVs have Roku built in. Some of them have. I've seen some of them recently with Google TV built in, and some of them have Amazon Fire TV built in. But if your TV doesn't have those and you can't get all of this, what you can do is you can actually go over and you can get a Roku device or an Amazon Fire Stick or an Apple TV or a Google TV device, connect it to an HDMI port, and you can connect it to your network and then watch TV. By the way, many free content as well. You're listening to a Faster PC radio here, heard every Saturday in the 10 o'clock hour right here on this station and stream live to our Facebook page. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back, ready to answer your computer questions. So you know what? If you have questions, well, we can't answer them unless you ask them. Our number, if you want to have your computer questions answered, is 772-340-5090. 772-340-5090. Also, you can type your questions into the comment section of our live Facebook video that's happening right now over at Facebook. You can go there, search for a Faster PC. We have almost 23,000 likes. Or you just go to our website, afasterpc.com, click on the link to listen to a Faster PC radio. We're here. We're ready to answer your computer questions, and we'll be right back to do that. Computer problems? You need a Faster PC. From the founding of our company, a Faster PC has provided our customers with quality service and computer products at competitive prices. We find that in the current economy, this is more important than ever. A Faster PC recently conducted a market survey and found that our prices are the least expensive in the area. Some of our competitors charge twice what we charge. Perhaps that's why more customers are turning to a Faster PC. We're helping our customers save money by repairing their computers rather than replacing them.
Now, wait a minute. You mean a Faster PC saves customers money?
A Faster PC offers the most competitive prices for computer repair in our area.
Wait a minute. Technicians that know what they're doing for less than the competition?
That's right. A Faster PC can handle anything from software installs, virus, spyware, and malware, and those annoying pop-ups, to QuickBooks, Manysoft, and SoftEnd support, from wireless networks to hardware networks. Computer problems?
You need a Faster PC.
Conveniently located at 7186 South US 1, Port St. Lucie, and on the web at afasterpc.com. Call 878-5978. Computer problems? You need a Faster PC.
Microsoft has announced that they are ending support for Windows 10 October 14, 2025. If you continue to use Windows 10 after that point, your computer will be susceptible to security vulnerabilities. A Faster PC can upgrade most computers to Windows 11, even if Microsoft has told you that your computer isn't compatible, and we can even do so remotely without you needing to bring your computer in. Don't be a sitting duck for hackers. Let a Faster PC upgrade your computer. Computer problems?
You need a Faster PC.
When you need to protect your computer from hackers,
you need a Faster PC.
A Faster PC is located at 7190 South US 1 in Port St. Lucie, next to Dollar General.
And on the web at
www.afasterpc.com.
That's www.afasterpc.com. Computer problems?
Don't you know by now you need a Faster PC?
For more information, call 772-878-5978. Welcome back to a Faster PC Radio. I know you've been waiting, a whole few minutes for the next segment of today's show. If you've been waiting to give us a call so that you can get your computer question answered, well, now's a great time to give us a call. Give us a call. The number here at the studio is 772-340-1590, 772-340-1590. Of course, if you're a little bit shy, maybe you don't want to call and be on the radio, this is your opportunity, by the way, if you do want to be on the radio. But if you're a little bit shy, maybe you don't want to be on the radio, you don't want people to hear what you say, then you can actually head over to our Facebook video. It's a live Facebook video going on right now. You can head over there. Just go to www.afasterpc.com. Click on the link to listen to a Faster PC Radio. That'll take you to our Facebook page. Or you can go to Facebook, search for a Faster PC. You'll find our page. We have between 22 and 23,000 likes. You'll be able to actually get over there, scroll down on the page a little bit. You'll see the live video, and you can type your question into the comment section. Now, your question doesn't have to be on what we've been talking about. It can be on any topic as long as it's computer related. So head over there and you can be on the show, or just give us a call, 772-340-1590. We did also want to remind you that we have technicians standing by ready to resolve computer problems. Our number in the shop is 772-878-5978, and we are located at 7190 South US 1 in Port St. Lucie. Again, the number is 772-878-5978. Computer problems?
You need a faster PC.
Yes, you do. Hey, we're back. We're ready to answer your computer, technical, streaming, cybersecurity, and really we're going to be going over the biggest and most critical cybersecurity threats as well, but answering your questions. And, again, if your questions are on a different topic, that's okay. You can get this. Now, by the way, I mentioned that we are streaming this to Facebook and YouTube. If you want to get the links to those, go to our website at fasterpc.com. Right at the top of the page, there's a red button that says Live Technical Support. Click on that button. On the left-hand side, it shows ways that you can actually get live technical support. We actually give you the option now to call us up. We give you the option to schedule. We have booking links where you can schedule in-shop emergency service. You can schedule remote support, both in emergency and standard. You can schedule also, in addition to that, you can schedule on-site where we come to you, your business, your home, and we can actually help you. We can come to your church. We can go to government agencies even and help them out as well. So we can do all of this, and this is something that we can help you with. And in addition, on the right-hand side, it shows the various ways that you can listen to and watch a Faster PC live technical support, including links to our YouTube channel and our Facebook page, where you can go over there. You can also see the past videos. We are rolling out many of the segments of these videos over to Facebook, or over to YouTube actually, and you can actually get over there and watch that. Now, let's say you're out there and you're saying, hey, you know what? I think I really don't need to protect myself against cybersecurity, or protect against cyber threats, because I'm just a small guy. I'm not really big. I don't really have to implement very much. There's not very much that I have to actually do. Well, here's the thing. Small businesses are a big target. Even consumers, individual consumers, are big targets against cyber threats, and we want to actually protect you from the threats that are out there, and we want to show you ways that you can protect yourself. And so what we're going to do, we're going to go over really if you're not doing anything right now. Maybe you don't even think or maybe you think you're doing great and you're not quite sure whether you're doing great or not. We're going to go over really the basic things that you should be doing to protect yourself. But before we do that, we're going to the lines. We have Alan on the line. Welcome to a Faster PC Live Technical Support, Alan. How can we help you today?
Ryan, my question regards these scam callers that call up and they use a bunch of different numbers, and I at one day on a Friday had 21 calls in a 3-hour period, and I was able to block them by just blocking on my phone, saying no calls from this number anymore. But I'm wondering why the telephone providers do not or allow these scammers to get all of these different numbers to keep calling you. Can you answer that question, please?
Yeah. So scammers, and we'll talk. In fact, we'll dedicate this segment to talking about scammers and going over that. So here's the thing. First of all, what can happen today is that anyone can go out, let's say get a cell phone, get a voice over IP. Voice over IP stands for voice over internet protocol. So you go out and there are various providers. There are even ways that you can do this yourself. I'm sure that the scammers are doing it themselves, because most of the providers, if you want to show a particular number as your caller ID, you have to actually prove that you own that number, that it's your number. Like, for instance, we have multiple numbers here at a Faster PC, but when someone receives a call from us, they receive a call from our main number, 772-878-5978. And of course, if they call that back, they get us, and that we do it that way. Well, we had to prove, and we already own, our voice over IP service has that 772-878-5978 number. So they knew already, our provider knew already that we own that number. But if we owned our own, or we were hosting our own voice over IP, we can actually go out there and get the number to the Port St. Lucie Police Department or the St. Lucie County Sheriff's Department, or we could get the number to Norton, and we could call up and say, "Hello, this is Norton. We detected a problem with your computer." And we could convince, we're not going to do this, but this is what hackers do, scammers do. They actually take a number that's a legitimate number, and they can spoof that number. So they can call you with the number that Norton would call you from, or the number that, let's say, your bank calls you from. That's a real tricky one. Let's say you bank with Bank of America, or you bank with PNC or Truist, whoever you bank with. They have a particular number. If you call them up, you're going to call that number. Probably you're going to also have that number programmed into your phone. So then you receive a call one day that comes from that number, and it actually looks like it's coming from your bank. And so you talk to them, and your guard is dropped down. You're not going to question really what the other person is saying. You're going to count that is you're going to figure, most people would figure, that's your bank calling you, and you need to give them whatever information they need so that they can address that. Well, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's your bank. They could even take they could even, if they had a recording of someone from the bank, they could use artificial intelligence to reproduce that voice. We've had customers and talked to people that have actually received phone calls that came from their grandson's phone number, and it sounded just like their grandson. And this was, the grandson was saying, "Hey, I'm in trouble. Don't call my parents. I don't want them to find out, but I need your help. I need some money." And, some of them, hey, they want to help out their grandkids, and they go and help them. And really what they're doing is they're giving money to the scammers and the hackers. So with voice over IP, especially if you host it yourself, and there are ways that people can host it themselves, you can say that your number is any number out there. So blocking that number, well, the next time they call you, they're probably going to call you from a different number. One of the things you can do to actually protect yourself against these types of phone calls is, first of all, there's several things you need to do. One is that you need to have a zero trust mindset. You're not going to trust the people that are calling. You're not going to to actually believe that they are who they say they are, you're going to hang up with them and you're going to call them back and the thing is, when someone's spoofing your caller ID, they can show that they're a particular number, but when you call them back, you're actually going to get the legitimate number. So if someone has the number that says, hey, we're Bank of America, that's the Bank of America number, and you call that number back, you're going to actually reach Bank of America, as opposed to the scammer that called you on a different number with spoofing the caller ID to show that he was calling from the Bank of America number. And again, they're just doing this to trick you and to deceive you into this. One of the things you can do, though, to cut down on scam phone calls, this won't help you if you have the contact in your phone book. I know that you can do this on an iPhone. I don't know on an Android whether you can do this, but iPhones have a setting where any phone call that comes in that's not in your address book automatically goes to voicemail. Doesn't even ring. So you don't have to be, you would listen to the voicemail maybe. I mean, really, I have a lot of voicemails on my phone that I've never listened to, because really that cell phone number, I don't give it out to anyone. There's very few people that know that, and really that number. And those that do know it, I know them. They're in my contact numbers, and so the call would actually ring anyway. But that's a setting that you can check. But secondly, you don't want to trust the person on the phone. Let me give you an account of something that happened this past week to someone I know, and I'm not going to give you a lot of the details, but I'll tell you what actually happened with the phone call. So this person received a phone call that said they were from the sheriff's department and said that this person had missed a jury duty assignment and that they were going to be arrested if they didn't pay some money. And once everything was settled, they would get the money back. And the amount that this particular scammer asked for was $3,500, and so this person actually called people asking for money. And you know what? Some of them would love this person enough that if they had $3,500, they would give it to them to keep them out of jail. And in addition to that, some of them also are not aware of the scams and would not have thought it was a scam, and would have thought, well, hey, the person was telling the truth, and after this is all settled, they'll get the money back, so I'm not going to be out anything. And and this person again was calling thinking that he's going to jail because he missed a jury duty. And you think, hey, you know what? Have you ever gotten a jury duty letter in the mail? Maybe it wasn't even delivered. Maybe someone else got it and threw it away accidentally. Is it possible that there was a jury duty that you missed? And this is what's going through this person's mind, and he's thinking, hey, I don't want to go to jail. And the scammer is saying, you know what? If you go to jail, you're going to actually be there for 30 days, maybe even up to 120 days before you even go to court. And that may be true. And so, obviously it's not true. The whole thing was a scam. And so you have to, first of all, not trust what is being said. You have to verify. Really, the thing to do in a case like that would be to hang up and then call the sheriff's department in your county. By the way, the scammers were also asking for the money to be deposited to the U.S. Treasury Department. And they told the person that he was under a gag order and couldn't tell anyone. Well, why would they tell him that? Well, because if he started giving the details, other people would be more likely to say, you know what, that's a scam. That sounds like a scam. And really, they told him, hey, you're under a gag order. Well, how was he under a gag order? Well, because they told him he was under a gag order, so he wouldn't actually tell people that he was calling why he needed the money, that he just had a legal matter and he couldn't really explain right now. But once everything was sorted out, he would get the money back. So, hey, they wouldn't actually be out that money if they wouldn't actually be out that money if they gave it. But they said, hey, you need to actually deposit this money to the U.S. Treasury Department. So what does that mean? Well, obviously the U.S. Treasury Department, that's where you send your IRS money. That's where you send your taxes. That has nothing to do with jury duty. You get some of these details, and obviously they didn't want him to be able to actually share these details with anyone else, because, again, if he shared these details with someone else, that person might say, that sounds like a scam. So first of all, you don't want to actually trust what is being said. Pick up the phone. If the phone call says it's from your bank, call your bank. See if they just called you. If it says it's from your attorney, call your attorney. Even if you get a call that says it's from a faster PC, and even if it uses my voice, because you know what? I do a lot of videos. Hackers could take my voice and replicate it through artificial intelligence. Call you up and say, hey, listen, I need you to do this. Let me into your computer, and we need to resolve an issue. Well, listen, hang up the phone and call us back and see, were we calling you? Call your bank. Was your bank calling you? Call the sheriff's department, whoever it is. Give them a call. See if it's legitimate. If it is legitimate, then you can address the situation. Most of these are scams, though, and you don't want to be taken as a fool. You don't want to lose lots of money, especially if you're having to borrow it from someone else.
You're listening to a Faster PC radio heard on this station every Saturday in the 10 o'clock hour. We're going to take a quick break, but we'll be right back for the final segment of today's show. Listen, if you want to get your computer questions answered and you haven't called in, now's your opportunity. In fact, this is your last opportunity coming up. 772-340-1590. 772-340-1590. You can also head over to our Facebook page, and you can actually, from the Facebook page, you can type your computer questions into the comment section of the live video, and we'll cover them on today's show. But you know what? You've got to get over there right now, or give us a call, 772-340-1590, so we can answer your computer questions. Computer problems? You need a faster PC. This is Brian Longworth, host of A Faster PC Radio, where we answer your computer questions for free every Saturday from 10 to 11 a.m. But it gets even better than that.
Now, wait a minute. How could it possibly get any better than that?
Yes, Cliff. A Faster PC has technicians standing by every Saturday ready to work on your computer.
Wait a minute. Technicians standing by on a Saturday?
Well, Cliff, A Faster PC has technicians standing by Monday through Friday for standard and emergency service, both in-shop and on-site. That means you can bring your computer to A Faster PC, or A Faster PC can come to you. And if you need computer service in a hurry, we offer emergency service both in-shop and on-site. We can handle anything from software installs, viruses, spyware, to multi-site VPN networking. Computer problems?
You need a faster PC.
A Faster PC, conveniently located at 7186 South US 1, Port St. Lucie, and on the web at afasterpc.com. For more information, call 878-5978. 878-5978. Computer problems? You need a Faster PC.
Microsoft has announced that they are ending support for Windows 10 October 14, 2025. If you continue to use Windows 10 after that point, your computer will be susceptible to security vulnerabilities. A Faster PC can upgrade most computers to Windows 11, even if Microsoft has told you that your computer isn't compatible, and we can even do so remotely without you needing to bring your computer in. Don't be a sitting duck for hackers. Let a Faster PC upgrade your computer. Computer problems?
You need a faster PC.
When you need to protect your computer from hackers,
You need a faster PC.
A Faster PC is located at 7190 South US 1 in Port St. Lucie, next to Dollar General.
and on the web at
www.afastpc.com.
that's www.afasterpc.com. Computer problems?
Don't you know by now you need a faster PC?
For more information, call 772-878-5978. Welcome back to A Faster PC Radio.
This is the last segment of today's show. We'd love to answer your computer questions, but if you don't call, we can't answer. Give us a call. The number to have your computer question answered is 772-340-1590, 772-340-1590, or you can hop on over to our Facebook page, A Faster PC, and actually from there, you can type your question into the comment section. So again, just a few more minutes to answer your questions. We did want to remind you also that not only can you ask your questions at the Facebook page or by calling 772-340-1590, but you can also watch the video as well. So some of the questions that I'm answering, as I answer those questions, I'll be able actually to show you the steps that you go through to resolve computer problems. And if you're not where you can watch it right now, that's fine. You can watch it at your convenience shortly after the show's over. It'll be up there on our Facebook page. You can get there one of two ways. Either go to our website, afasterpc.com. We have a link that says listen to a Faster PC radio. If you click on that, it'll take you to our Facebook page, or go to Facebook and search for a Faster PC. We also wanted to remind you that in the shop we have technicians standing by today to work on computers and resolve computer problems. We're at 7190 South US 1, and our number in the office is 772-878-5978. And of course, we're here to answer your questions. Well, your computer questions, and we could answer other questions, but we're here specifically to answer computer questions. Computer problems? You need a Faster PC.
Yes, you do. And hey, we're back ready to answer your computer technical streaming cybersecurity questions. You can give us a call, 772-340-1590. We do have things planned, but you know what? Some of the things we can roll out to next week. If not, if it's like the cybersecurity rundown, we're gonna do that anyway, and we just extend the show on out. We can't do that on the radio, but we do it on the live web stream going on. By the way, if you want to watch the live web stream either now or later, of course it wouldn't be live if you did it later unless you did it during next week's show, but you can go to our website at fasterpc.com. There's a red button at the very top that says live technical support. On the right hand side, it shows you the various ways that you can listen to and watch a Faster PC live technical support, including links to our live videos and our archive videos as well. We also, on the left-hand side, have ways that you can actually schedule live technical support. If you need help on your computer, either in our shop or remote support, or maybe you need to actually have us come out to your home, your business, your church, your civic organization, whatever the case is, we can actually come out there. We can resolve your problems. And that's what we do here at A Faster PC. We resolve computer technology and cybersecurity questions and problems. We also help with implementing streaming. There's a lot of ways that you can watch even free content on streaming, and we go over that every single week as well. One of the things we do go over is the cybersecurity threat rundown. These are the biggest and most critical threats that are out there this week. And this week, hey, there's a number of them out there that are going to affect many of you. First off, there's 94 billion cookies found on the dark web. Now, these aren't the kind of cookies that the Cookie Monster eats. We'll talk about these. These could actually expose your accounts. At least 15 billion of these are actually actively being exploited or still valid. There's also a Cisco ISE vulnerability impacting cloud deployments. There's a Salesforce is being targeted in data extortion attacks. There's an HPE or Hewlett Packard Enterprise has a store once software hit with 9.9 vulnerability. That means most critical is 10, 9.9 is right below it. So this is something you want to address. If you're out there and you use Google Chrome, well, you know what? There's a 0-day threat affecting Google Chrome. You will want to make sure that you update Google Chrome. We'll show you how to do that here on this show. And then there's also compliance. The compliance firm Vanta was exposed, was exposed or exposed user information. So the compliance firm Vanta exposed computer user information. So first off is these 94 billion cookies found on the dark web. Every time you go to a website, there are cookies. Many times you'll see a little notice, hey, we store little cookies, and you can accept or you can choose certain things. Some of the cookies are required, some of them aren't. But let's say you go to Google and gmail.com and you're checking your email, or you go to outlook.com and you're checking your email, or you go to facebook.com and you're checking your email, or maybe YouTube and you want to watch videos and you're logged into this, you log into this website and you say, hey, I want to stay logged in because I don't want to actually have a situation where I have to log in every time. Well, that certainly is understandable, and many times people want to do that. But there's a cookie that's stored on your computer that tells Google or Microsoft or Yahoo or AT&T or whoever it is that you're going to, Facebook, that you are you, that you've already authenticated, and you're good to go. Well, that includes that can include your session ID, which means that if that cookie is stolen with a session ID, that a hacker could actually take that cookie. Again, it's not a cookie that you eat. This is a small file that's on your computer in your browser, and your browser uses this to actually show the websites that you are authenticated already. Well, again, that cookie can be taken to a hacker's site or a hacker's computer. That cookie can be taken to a hacker's computer, and that hacker could input that into the same browser that you're using, and then they would actually already be authenticated to that service. So this can be very critical. This also could include session IDs, as we just described, login credentials, other personal information. 15.6 billion of these are currently active. So 94 billion total, 15.6 are actually still active, meaning attackers could take these and use them to access accounts without passwords. Most of these stolen cookies originated from major platforms such as Google, YouTube, and Microsoft, and were primarily harvested using malware like Redline. This is why it's important, even if you are just an individual person, an individual user, but especially if you're a business, if you're a law office, if imagine someone getting into, a hacker getting into your email account, and what are they going to do? They're going to send emails to your clients and request money, and the money will go to the hackers instead of to you. I mean, this is serious stuff that we're talking about here, and you want to protect yourself. So you want to regularly clear cookies in your browser. You also want to be cautious about accepting cookies from unfamiliar sites. And, also watch what you're doing on the web. Have software that protects your computer against malicious software, so that it actually, if this Redline malware were to get on your computer, or were to try to get on your computer, it would actually be denied from running, and it wouldn't be able to access that cookie. We, by the way, at A Faster PC have solutions that can protect you from Redline malware and other types of malware as well. So moving on, Cisco ISE has a vulnerability impacting cloud deployments. A critical security flaw has been discovered in Cisco's Identity Service Engine. When deployed on cloud platforms like AWS or Amazon Web Services, Microsoft Azure, and Oracle Cloud Infrastructure. This vulnerability arises because the system generates identical credentials across different instances using the same software version and cloud platform, allowing unauthenticated attackers to potentially access sensitive data, perform administrative actions, or disrupt services. Cisco has released patches to address this issue and recommends that affected users update the fixed versions and apply the provided hotfixes. While there is no evidence of active exploitation, proof of concept exploit code is publicly available, making prompt remediation crucial. And I can tell you, if it hasn't happened yet, it will happen for those who don't patch their systems that are using this system. You will experience a breach if you don't install the updates. Get out there and install the updates. Salesforce is being targeted in a data extortion attack. Hackers are targeting companies by tricking employees into installing a fake version of Salesforce's data loader tool, which is used to manage data within Salesforce. These attackers impersonate IT support staff and use voice phishing, called vishing tactics, to convince employees to connect the malicious app to the company's Salesforce account. Once connected, the hackers can access and steal sensitive company information, company data, and may later demand ransom payments to not disclose this to the public, sometimes claiming that affiliation with the extortion group to pressure victims. Salesforce has stated that its platform itself wasn't breached. Instead, the attackers exploited human vulnerabilities through social engineering. To protect against such threats, organizations are advised to limit app permissions, restrict access from unknown VPNs, and educate employees about these types of scams. So you have cybersecurity awareness training comes to the front again. Hewlett-Packard Enterprise Store Once software is hit with a 9.9 vulnerability. Again, the scale, the highest, most severe is 10. This is right up there, 9.9. And Hewlett-Packard Enterprise has released security updates for its Store Once backup software addressing 8 significant vulnerabilities. The most critical is an authentication bypass flaw with a CVSS score of 9.9, allowing attackers to gain unauthorized access without user credentials. All versions prior to 4.3.11 are affected, and HPE strongly advises users to upgrade immediately as no alternative mitigations are available. While there are currently no reports of these flaws being exploited in the wild, the severity of the vulnerabilities does indicate that, hey, you need to get out there and update these immediately. If you're out there, you're using Google Chrome, what we're going to say is you need to update it immediately. So Google Chrome has a 0-day exploit that's being exploited right now. 0-day means that hackers are currently already taking advantage of this. So Google has issued an emergency update for its Chrome browser to address a critical security flaw, and which is actively being exploited in the wild. This vulnerability stems from an out-of-bounds read and write issue in Chrome's V8 JavaScript engine, potentially allowing attackers to crash the browser or execute malicious code on affected systems. The flaw has been patched in Chrome versions 137.0.7151.68 and 0.69 for Windows and Mac, and 137.0.7151.68 for Linux. So it's important that you get out there, that you install the updates. We probably won't have time on the show, on the radio, to go over this, but right after the show is over on the radio, we'll stream showing you how to update Chrome. So stay tuned and watch that. Also, the compliance firm Vanta has exposed user information. A recent software bug at compliance automation firm Vanta caused sensitive customer data to be mistakenly shared between clients. The breach exposed information such as employee names, roles, and multi-factor authentication configurations. Vanta promptly notified impacted clients and is enhancing its access controls and third-party integration APIs to prevent future incidents. This event underscores the importance of robust data isolation in multi-tenant platforms, especially for companies specializing in security and compliance. One of the things we do want to just say, hey, listen, there's a lot of threats out there. If you're not sure whether these affect you or not, you need a faster PC. Give us a call, 772-878-5978, 772-878-5978, or go to our website at fasterpc.com. We have a link where you can schedule a discovery call where we can actually look at your system. We can actually go over your risk, and we can come up with a custom plan to protect your computer and your systems from hackers. Give us a call today.
We're coming to the end of today's show, but if you've missed any part of this show, want to listen to or watch it again, or want to share it with your friends, head over to our website, afasterpc.com, and look at the top of the page. Right in the middle, there's a red button that says Live Technical Support. Click on that button. On the left-hand side, you'll see various ways that you can actually request live technical support from a Faster PC's technicians. On the right-hand side, you'll see how you can listen to and watch a Faster PC live technical support, including on the radio, on the TuneIn app, on your Alexa or Google speakers, and on our podcast, as well as links to both our YouTube channel and our Facebook page, where you'll not only be able to hear the show, but also see the show. We also have links to our YouTube channel's video page where you can watch individual segments, and then also our shorts page where you can watch little snippets of a Faster PC live technical support. We're open today until 2 p.m. Monday through Friday, we're open from 9 to 5, and next Saturday, we'll be open from 9 to 2. We want to invite you to listen to our church radio show tomorrow morning here on WPSL at 10 a.m. You can listen to other sermons on our church website, covenanttabernacle.com, or our church YouTube channel, Covenant Tabernacle World Outreach Center. If you have any computer questions for next week's show, you can type those into the comment section of our live videos over at YouTube and Facebook. Again, you can get the links to both of those by clicking on the live technical support button at our website, the top middle, and you can request live technical support on that page as well. Computer problems?
Don't you know by now you need a faster PC?
Before God created civil government, he created family. Before he created even the church, God created family. Families play a vital role in training the next generation. Commit today to nurturing and supporting families, especially your own. Families that are committed to God and each other can play a vital role in transforming our churches, cities, states, and nation.
WPSL, Port St. Lucie.
All right, so on our live stream, we're going to continue the live stream here, and we're going to show you how you can actually update Google Chrome. So in the last segment, we did talk about the 0-day threat that is affecting Google Chrome. So what we're going to show you here is actually how you can actually go out and update Google Chrome. So I'm going to switch over to a full screen so you can see this. What we're going to do is we're going to click on the Start button. That's the 4-pane window on Windows 11. It's closer to the center unless you've moved it to the left. In Windows 10, it's going to be all the way over to the left. By the way, if you're using Windows 10 still, you want to update by October 14th because Microsoft is ending support for Windows 10. And we can help you even if Microsoft has said your computer doesn't support Windows 11. In most cases, we can still install Windows 11 on your computer for you. But you're going to want to look for Google Chrome. And you're going to have a shortcut on the desktop also. If you're not sure where it is, you can just search for it at the top or even at the search field at the bottom. I have mine. I have a folder that's called Browsers, and I can open this. So we're going to click here to open up Google Chrome. Once Google Chrome is open, we're going to be able to go actually, and Google, you see, isn't my default browser, so it wants to make it my default browser. By the way, we have been encouraging people to use Firefox instead of Google Chrome because Google wants to show you ads, and they're limiting how many ads can be blocked. So we do have some protection plugins that can block ads on Google Chrome, but they won't block as many ads as they will block on Firefox. So we are recommending people use Firefox. That's one of the reasons that Google Chrome is not my default. But what you can do here is you can go down to settings, and in settings we're going to actually search for updates. And let me see. So that's not where it is. Where is it? Let's see, more tools, help. Okay, so it's under help. What we're going to do is we're going to click on the three dots at the upper right. We're going to go down to help, and under help we're going to go to about Google Chrome. And so Google Chrome is going to check for the updates, and it's going to tell you whether it's up to date. Now, the versions that we talked about that are free from this 0-day threat are 1.37.0.715, or excuse me, 7151.68 and 69. You see mine is actually 0.69. Now, if I didn't have the latest version, I would be able to actually click a link to actually download it. One of the things that Google does also is when you open the browser, it does download the update, but it doesn't install it until you shut down the browser. So if you're one that opens up the browser and doesn't turn off your computer for a month at a time, you might want to at least once a day close out your Google Chrome browser. And that would be true really of any browser. Close it out. There's a few things. One is that it allows it to update. When you open it back up, it'll update before it opens up if there's an update available. Again, some of these are 0-day threats, so you want to get the updates done really quickly. In addition to that, you also want to actually protect yourself. And one of the things that browsers do is they actually leak memory. So as you're using them and you open up more and more tabs, over time, even when you close out those tabs, the browser doesn't give back all the memory to the operating system, and so your browsers typically can take more and more RAM the longer they're open. RAM is temporary memory. It will affect the speed of your computer. So shutting down your browser periodically, I would say once a day at least, shut it down, let it totally close out, and you can actually then open it back up. If there's an update that's available, it will install the update. You'll see a little notice like I saw when I opened it up that says, we're going to tell you what's new in Google Chrome. I can tell you also at a Faster PC, we have managed plans where we can actually automate updates. One of the reasons that I haven't opened up Google Chrome in a long time on my computer, but we do have automation that runs on my computer and all of our managed clients' computers that actually searches for updates to programs such as Google Chrome and Firefox and also Zoom. And if there are updates, it actually installs those updates. And what it does is, in addition to installing the updates, it goes out and looks for updates to other programs such as Microsoft Windows and gets the updates to those. So you don't have to know necessarily that there is a 0-day threat. Of course, if you didn't know and you didn't have this managed plan, then you want to back up you want to make sure that your programs are updated yourself. And you can certainly do that. Listen to a Faster PC live technical support. Watch us. We'll actually go over the cyber threats and we'll warn you about these. But, 0-day threat, you know what? This show is on once a week. And, a 0-day threat, you want to know about this right away. You want to take advantage of it right away. Or even better yet, just have our software, about every 4 hours, we're looking for updates to programs such as Google Chrome. So in the middle of the day, if it comes out with a update that's available, a 0-day threat, we install it right then. And so you don't have to wait. Your computer is protected through this. If you're interested in signing up for that service, give us a call, 772-878-5978, 772-878-5978, or go to our website at fasterpc.com and schedule a discovery call. You can schedule a free discovery call where we can talk about this issue, we can talk about what's going on, and we can talk about the solutions that we have available. We have these, by the way, for businesses, medical offices, dental offices. We have it for professional offices. We have it for accountants. We have it for nonprofits, for churches. We have this for small businesses that are running out of their house, maybe a home office situation. We even have solutions for residential clients. So if you're interested in that, give us a call, 772-878-5978, or visit our website, fasterpc.com. And remember, when you have cybersecurity problems, you need a faster PC.